Welcome to the 𝗙𝗂𝗿 𝗙𝗶𝗿 channel. I'm your host, Melissa O'Connor. I'm a Florida-based elder law attorney who does estate planning, focusing on long-term care needs, commonly referred to as Medicaid planning, and I do probate, and I do it well. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the importance of participating in clinical trials, but before I do, I invite you to schedule a free strategy session with me at eldermeeting.com. So those of you who listen to me and follow my channel may or may not know that I am a community educator with the Alzheimer's Association. I very much enjoy delivering educational content on behalf of the Alzheimer's Association, so that way members of my community not only understand the progress of the disease, what to look for, but as well as those who have the disease to make sure that they have the proper financial and legal plans in place. And so I'm attending the Alzheimer's Association Summit in Louisiana, New Orleans. And what was really struck me at the different presentations that I've been to is the importance of clinical trials. So right now we are in the era of treatment, which means there's actually medication that will slow the progress of the disease. But this was only possible through clinical trials. And there's just more to be done, right? Right now we're in the era of treatment, but ideally we want to be in the era of prevention, right? So you could be a person who could carry this disease, but it never actually impacts you, right? Like that it never progresses beyond just being something that you're carrying in your blood, right? And so clinical trials is where they're able to test medications, test treatment plans, test screenings, and without volunteers, it's just not possible. So if you are a person who has Alzheimer's or dementia in your family, or you're a person who may be experiencing cognitive decline or have this diagnosis, you can sign up to participate in these clinical trials. Essentially, you go to alz.org. You can sign up for clinical trials. You'll do a screening, questionnaire type test. You might not be a good candidate for every single clinical trial, but they will, reach out to you for ones that are in your area that you might be a good fit for. And then at that time, you can decide if it's something that you want to participate in or not. So it's not as if, you put your name in and now you can't get out of it or anything like that. But I really encourage you to consider it if this is something that you have in your family, because without these sorts of studies, we're not going to be able to make further progress. And who I really want to encourage are those peoples who might be in underrepresented communities, because right now, there's a lot of white people, not for lack of a better word, that are engaged in participating in Alzheimer's research, and we really need to be able to reach out, and because this is not just a white person's disease, right? This is for everybody disease. It's not even just an old person's disease. It's an everybody disease too. That's what people don't really realize. There's a lot of misinformation about it, and so I just want to encourage all people throughout the entire spectrum of our community to consider participating in these clinical trials, because this is where we'll be able to make meaningful progress and slow, prevent, and maybe ideally one day cure this disease.